Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we are going to, well, honestly, today is just an example of what happens when I go into the lab for too long. We are going to be taking a look at a card that's kind of gotten forgotten a little bit in Strixhaven Stadium. Mostly because we have a lot of things that make tokens, which means we should be able to get more triggers on this, which should also make it easier for us to win. And there's enough control decks that maybe this is a viable plan. I don't know. We're going to take a look at it. And I think this is going to give us a lot of ways to win when we layer all the other cards on top of it. But maybe I'm crazy. Who knows? Let's go take a look at the deck list and find out. If you want to support the channel, remember to check out shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn and use promo code PowrDragn. You'll save 5% on everything you order over there at UltraPro, and that includes all the new sweet stuff from their Lemon Yellow collection this month. Alright, before we get going, as always, remember to consider joining the channel. If you want some cool freebies, if you want to get your deck looked at, get deck help, get your deck featured on the channel, all of that is available in the membership, so check that out. And it supports the channel. I really appreciate all of you that already become members. I really do mean that. Okay, so this deck, like I said, this is going to look similar to some other lists, but we're taking a little bit here and a little bit there, and we're tweaking a couple things to try to give ourselves options against the decks we keep running into. So let's talk through all the cards here, because we've got Galagreeters. No surprise, but Galagreeters does work well with a couple other cards we have in the list, and the life gain does matter here as well, because we're still seeing some red variants, seeing the Boros things, so we do want to give ourselves a few extra outs. I also like the fact that Galagreeters can grow consistently over time and actually become harder for your opponent to kill with something like a Meat Hook Massacre. Then we have Prosperous Innkeeper, doing the life gain thing, but here, most importantly, doing the treasure thing. Now, this is a deck where the life gain will matter because we can make so many tokens that every turn we could get to where we're gaining 2, 3, 4 life, and that's really going to be a big deal. Then we have Force Skyclave Apparition, because it's a creature that removes stuff, and it lets us remove the maximum amount of things if we need to get rid of like Planeswalkers and other things. Now, it doesn't really make treasure, and it doesn't really make tokens, but we have to have some amount of removal to help us out. 4 Wedding Announcements, obviously making tokens, possibly gets us cards, so we like what this does a ton. Now, we are playing 3 Jenny Fae. Arguably, you could play 4 Jenny Fae, to be honest, if you think you need it, but I think we're just going to go with 3. However, every token we make can be either a 2/2 cat with haste or a 3/1 dog with vigilance, so that's actually pretty sweet. That being said, we're mostly wanting this in combination with other things to eventually allow Jetmir to do big, absurd things. So, moving on, we have our Strixhaven Stadium. Now, this is a card that people have kind of forgotten about from Strixhaven, hence the name. Every time you tap this, which, by the way, it's 3 mana, taps for a colorless, but every time you tap it, you add a counter to it, and then every time a creature you control deals damage to the opponent, you add a counter to it. And then if you have 10 counters on it, you win the game. Now, every time your opponent hits you, they get to remove a counter, but that's fine if we have a bunch of blockers, because we can make a bunch of 1/1s, right? So there's a chance your opponent's not even going to be able to remove counters off of it. So just over time, even against control decks, even if you just have a couple of creatures, even if they're 1/1s or 2/2s, just getting in there every turn is just going to be enough to end the game. So do we desperately need this? Not terribly, to be honest, but it gives us another out against those decks where maybe even they've gained a bunch of life. You don't have to care. You can literally be like, fine, I'm going to attack with 7 1/1s. They block a couple of them. Some of them connect. Great. Then what? Right? They die the next turn if they're going to attack you, so you kind of put them in a bind. So that's what we're aiming for with this card. Now, does it work? I don't know. We'll see. But if nothing else, it's another outlet, I guess. Another security blanket. Then we have 3 Esca's Chariots because, well, the card's just dumb good and it makes 2 tokens. And then Stimulus Package. This is the other one that works really well with us, right? Because we can use it alongside Galagreeters to turn one into a creature and then generate another treasure. So we can just keep that cycle going forever. We can turn treasure into cats or dogs. That also is very good. Or we can just let treasure pile up. And then if the opponent does have a sweeper, then during their instep, make like 5 or 6 1/1s. And then maybe get some bonuses from the other cards we have coming up later. One of those being Jetmir. So if we were to sit on some treasure and just say, we don't know what we want to do with it yet, then we get a stimulus package during their instep. Maybe we make 4 1/1s. Okay, great. Now we have Jetmir, and we're able to attack for 8+. Maybe more if we have Jetmir plus another creature. Right? So that's a really good comeback situation. If we know we're playing against stuff like, let's say, mono black control, where they're going to be playing so many sweepers and blood on the snows or whatever, right? That's a way we're going to be able to get around that. Especially if we have rabble rousing, right? So then it becomes really good, because then you're saying, all right, in step, let's make a bunch of duders. Then on our turn, I don't know, I say duders a lot. Sorry if that's a word that's weird, because I know we have a lot of listeners that aren't necessarily native English speakers. It's just the word dude, but I'm just being very cute with it. Just want to put that out there, because I'm pretty sure I have somebody goes, what's a duder? Is that like a thing in English? It's not. It's a power dragonism. Powerism, a dragonism. I don't know. Maybe y'all will come up with the word for all the dumb things I say. But anyway, we have rabble rousing. Now, rabble rousing can let us play something for free if we have 10 creatures or more once we trigger this and put tokens into play. Now, obviously, this works alongside Jetmir, because if we attack and then that puts us over 10, then we just have double striking stuff, so it doesn't really matter. We can also put a Jetmir under this, which is also a good surprise. We can do all kinds of stuff with this card. It's actually really, really versatile in this build. And again, triggers all the stuff with Jenny Faye, gives us a bunch of tokens to win with Strixhaven Stadium, just kind of layers on layers in this deck, which we really like. And then we have 2 Storm the Festival. Now, this might look a little weird, because normally when we play Storm the Festival, we're thinking about, hey, can we go get Planeswalkers and stuff, right? But in this scenario, there's a lot of times where going and getting a rabble rousing could set you up for a trigger, right? If you have Jetmir already on board. Or you can go get Jetmir if you have a way to make a few tokens. Or maybe you have treasure sitting on the board and you can find a stimulus package, right? There's a lot of different combinations of things we can get to shift the game in our favor. Honestly, you might even just have some creatures on board and go get a Strixhaven Stadium and then just go find a win condition, right? So there's a bunch of different things you can do. So we're really digging that with this card in here. I'll be interested to see how it plays out and if we get to trigger it a bunch or not, because this just allows us to do a bunch of stuff. The other thing I like about it too is this deck does sometimes have the problem of just running out of gas, but we've found ways to keep generating treasure and stuff. So is it possible that we get to those later game stages and we do have 8, 9, 10 mana, so we can go ahead and just play another Storm the Festival and get us right back in there, right? Whether some combination of things that can make a couple of tokens or get us a win. So I don't know. Like I said, a bunch of interesting things going on here. We'll see if it works or not, but let's take a look at the land, and then we'll go play some games. So for mana sources, we've got Amaria's Call, which also is sweet if you get this free under Rabble Rousing. 1 Igonjo, 1 Sekinjin, a Boseiju, a Forest, 3 Crag Crown Pathway, 3 Rockfall Vale, 2 Needle Verge Pathway, a Sundown Pass, 4 Branchloft Pathway, 3 Overgrown Farmlands, and 4 Jetmir's Garden. And that's it. That's the whole pile. So yeah, we're going to go play some games. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to see how this works. So I will catch y'all on the other side. Oh boy, I think we have to mulligan this. It's sadly just too slow. This one we'll keep. Let's go ahead and scrap this. Play this tapped, and then that lets us play everything we need to do going forward. So that's actually not too bad. This is okay. Now, admittedly, I do expect us to lose this Gallic Readers here, but it's not the end-all be-all as part of our plan anyway, so it's alright. We did not lose the Gallic Readers, though, interestingly enough. Alright, well, let's go with this then. No attacks. We'll make a token. We'll generate treasure here. Mostly because our treasure can become duders with the stimulus package, so we will wait before we do anything with that. And then that can set us up with some Jetmir action. Alright, we are not blocking. Gonna meat hook for 1. Good boy, would that be savage. Not of the 21 variety, just the regular variety. Alright, it was not.
I won't let Kamigawa fill
Okay, they're looking for cards. Okay, here's what we want to do then. We'll convert one of these, which will also get a treasure. And then we can convert the other one to attack, one of these to attack for 2? No, because, yeah, why not? I mean, might as well. And then on the plus side, we can actually keep... Well, I don't know. Let's see what the opponent wants to do here. We'll jump block with one of these. Actually, yeah, we'll jump with one. We'll jump with one. I was going to do something else, but I changed my mind. Well, what you got going on, opponent? And they want a meat hook for 2. I guess I should have double blocked, huh? All right, so here's what we're going to do. Even though it's going to give the opponent more life, I actually want to be able to hold on to this. So let's generate a treasure. I mean, I guess the end result's going to be the same, right? We just end up with... just go ahead and make it a 2-2. Call it good. I mean, a 3-3. So, like, no need to get too creative here. I mean, we know we've got a token coming. We're going to be able to pump our team. We can get rid of an aspirin if we want. It's like, We got several things going our way, so no need to get too crazy here. Make a treasure. And then we can turn a treasure into a deuter. That's only going to make that 4. Dang it. We're not going to be able to kill. Oh boy. Thought we were going to be able to. Looks like we won't. And what do we do? We'll make another creature during our end step. You know what? Actually, what is he minus? He has to -2 to make a dude. All right, let's do it. I mean, I guess I could have really went for it and maybe just cracked the treasure to play a Jetmir, but I don't want to set ourselves up for some other sweeper or something here. All right. Now, next turn, we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can have +2, +0, trample, and vigilance. And that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. All right, yeah, so we'd totally be able to do that. Not anymore, obviously. The opponent's taking our fun away. But that's cool. Something had to die. 'Tis the way of the world. I guess I should have made 2 more 1/1s on the way out, actually. That was a mistake. Definitely should have made 2 more 1/1s, because I could have sacked a treasure, make a 1/1, pump the thing, or gain life, or do whatever I wanted to do with it on the other one. So, yeah, that's a mistake, for sure. Especially since I have Jetmir, having 2 more bodies would have been very important. So that's a definite mistake that might come back to bite us at this stage of the game, because we would have been able to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Would have been short anyway. Okay, well, what do we do here? I guess we try to just kill the planeswalkers where we can. So let's go here, here, and here. And end the turn, I guess. I mean, if they got sweepers, they got sweepers. I mean, a meat hook's good here. Not a lot we can do about it. But we'll see. Underdog is not a meat hook, so that's good news. I mean, does this mean there's just a Wandering Emperor? And if so, why would we not have just played the Emperor now? I mean, I guess to conceal information. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this now, I guess. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Well, I feel a lot better now. Unless that's a counter, because it very well could be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, well, I guess if it is, it is. We'd rather this get countered than Jetmir. Oh, it was not. What? What are we doing here? Oh, just going to kill it? That would make sense too. Well, they're reading it at least. Yeah, I don't know what the opponent wants to do here. Oh, they're going to let us have it. Oh, Maria's Call or Jenny Faye? I feel like a Maria's Call is just better. Being able to get free stuff during the attack step is kind of sweet, especially giving everything indestructible. Yeah, exactly. I was like, I assume something like that had to be there, right? Why else would we be doing that? That doesn't make any sense. Yep, that's fine. We'll take those trades. Thought I was going to be savvy and give you that 3/3, didn't you? No deal. All right, let's see what else the opponent's got going on. They still get to draw cards with these underdogs, which is kind of tough here. And they can have all types of removal. So at some point, we're just going to have to stick this Jetmir and deal with it, whether we like it or not. Oh, and they had a wedding announcement. Okay, well, any chance we can get a... That was not it. Not what I was thinking of. I mean, I guess we do this. They could double block and get a 2/2 back, so yeah, sure. Okay. This is it. If they have the cards, we lose. This is kind of just where we're at. Oh, Rafine's pretty good. Rafine's pretty good. Solid blocker here. And they're going to get another 1/1 on the ground. So, like, this is good turn for them. If we could get another stimulus package, we could do pretty well here for ourselves. Come on, stimulus package. Because we could turn those into 2 cats and then get a big old attack step in here. That's what we're looking for. Come on. Come on. Big money. Ah, that ain't bad either, though. That ain't bad either. We'll take it. We could have done a lot worse. Ooh, and we get this? And we get this? Good thing, too, because we had all those lands. All right. Let's make... Does it matter if we make cats or dogs? Probably not. Let's just make dog. Like... I mean, we got a whole bunch of stuff. We didn't quite get to 9. But the opponent's got to deal with all this right now. Because he's due trample. Right now, that's still 19 trampling. Like, literally everything has to block to not die here. Yeah. Whew, good one. Alright, we're keeping this one. It's really not much reason to throw this away. I think on the play, I kind of like playing Gallag Readers, but on the draw, I like playing Innkeeper. Mostly because if there's a removal card of some kind, we still get a treasure out of it. But I think in this case, we also get to Innkeeper the next turn. If we put this on white, we get the next turn to play Apparition, which is kind of nice. And then the door's still open for Gallag Reader, Stimulus Package, whatever. So we'll just see how that ends up. All right, let's do this. Oh, they're also playing Jetmir's Garden. This is bad for us. We don't want our opponents doing the same thing we're doing. All right, I guess the good news is we get to play the first creature. Question is, what are they doing with those colors? Because there's a good chance they're doing something very different than we're doing. All right, Stormseeker. Yeah, no blocks. I guess we have to try to kill the Stormseeker. I mean, I think it's worth using up all our treasure, knowing the type of matchup that we're in, and we can still play the stimulus package next turn. Because our biggest concern here would be them playing a Halana and Alana right after this, and that'd be real bad. And unless we get certain other things, we're probably just going to be playing Stimulus package here, and then Gallagreeters next turn. I think is our game plan. And see, they had Helana, so there you go. That would have been freaking abysmal for us. So, very good choice. We'll play these. Then we'll pass. Now, we're going to take a big hit here. Whatever they play is going to get Helana and Elena bonus. So, that's a problem. However, they're not going to have a lot of creatures here. We're going to take 6. Then we'll take 10 next turn. But hopefully by then, we can set up some Jetmare shenanigans. And if not, we'll just die. I think that's how this is going to work. Ooh, did not want another Jetmare. Almost any other creature would have been good, but not the other Jetmare. That was very, very bad. All right, and since we can turn these into creatures, we're going to go ahead and do that for a second here. Create a treasure. And we will wait and do it again on their turn. So we can gain 2 more life, get another Deuter, play a Jetmare, and be able to have a lot of damage next turn. Yep. Now this puts us on the brink of death next turn. So, yeah, not a fun time. And we can't get to 9 yet, can we? If we make a treasure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These would be 8 and 9. So I guess we could do that. Also gains us 2 life, 2 life, 2 life. We can get 2 life out of this one, or we could just pump this, which is also relevant. And us being able to double strike means Helana and Elena won't have good blocks. So let's go ahead and do this. And we're going to pump this. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, assume the biggest ones get blocked. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Double striking? Heck yeah, we're going to take it. We need them all attacking. All right. Oh, we got a backup stimulus package. That's so good. Don't need it, though, but cool that it's there. We'll make a treasure here. Nothing else really matters. Get it all in there. Go Gadget Jetmare with the stimulus package for the win. Opponent doesn't even want to block. Woo! Woo! That looks so good. All right. Well, this is weird. We got an opener with Strixhaven Stadium, but we actually can't use it yet. So we're going to go ahead and just play, I think, Innkeeper. Well, let's see. Depends on what land we draw and kind of what land the opponent plays early. Though I think it probably still has to be Innkeeper. Mostly because having that and this lets us set up some stuff with the stimulus package and whatnot. Yep, even though we got a land, I think that's still the right play here. Let's go ahead and put this on. Woo, cancel that. We need green mana here. And yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Playing against red, so we wouldn't get any value out of the Gallagreeters most likely. The odds of them having a removal card would be very high. This was a good pickup too, because now we can just play this on double white and play Apparition if we feel we need to. And we can kind of slow roll using the Gallagreeters and whatnot. So I don't hate that. All right, and we'll get to get rid of a Luminarch Aspirant. That is very good. We like that. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this down. Away that goes. We'll go ahead and get in there for 1. And then we have to kind of figure out things from here. Because I'm not totally sure what this is going to look like for us. Oh, looks like they're going to kill the Apparition and get a Deuter back. I understand. That makes a lot of sense. And then just attack us for 2. We are okay with that. Sounds great. Okay, this turns out to be a matchup where having the stadium is not great. So we're going to go ahead and go this route, get us a couple of bodies, gain some life, and then we're just going to pass. Now if we get a land, we can Stimulus Package, Galagreeters, do all that fun stuff. Or we can just Strixhaven Stadium and maybe Galagreeters, and we'll see. The opponent's focus right now obviously is going to be on our Chariot, and I'm actually willing to go ahead and even block with the Chariot if necessary, to be honest. If it makes them spend resources to kill this, I'm okay with that. Like if they attack, we block, I'm good. They did nothing of the sort. Okay, well. Now we can Galagreeters and Stimulus Package. And then we can try to set up some stuff with Strixhaven Stadium next turn. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. We'll turn one of these into a dude. Get a treasure. We will tap this, because we're not blocking with those. We will attack. Copy this. Have a 2/2 blocker. We'll go ahead and turn this into a 2/2. Mostly because now if we do some shenanigans to get this bigger, it's going to be harder for them to kill it. All right, they're just going to take the 4. Excellent, works for us. We're just going to end the turn. So now, even if they come at us big, we're not that worried about it. We're at 22 and we've got some wiggle room. Yeah, that's the worst card it could have been. So, like, it sucks, but not the end of the world. We can chump block things or whatever if we feel the need to. And if we get a Jetmir, now that I'm thinking about it, we can just end the game here, which is kind of cute. So let's go ahead and turn this into a creature. Get a treasure. Do I want to turn into another creature and then we just... Let's just block a Raiju, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. Let's go ahead and turn... Yeah, like... They were dead either way, I guess. This is an interesting hand, right? Because 2 Jetmirs sort of feels like I'm mulliganing to 6 right out of the gate. But if I get the mana I need, I can kind of play 1 Jetmir just to draw the removal, and then the other one actually gets to stick. So that's kind of a different way where we can play more aggressive with the Jetmirs because we're already holding 2 of them. But don't know how long that's really going to matter. As we do have an opponent playing a bunch of black mana here, which is likely not going to go our way. Yep, a bunch of Shambling Gashed, which makes sense. Nothing surprising there. Let's go and run this out. This may also be one of those games, too, where we try to get something like a Stimulus Package with a bunch of treasure just saved up and seeing if we can turn that into something. Might be our best plan. I kind of want to just kill this. Just the value of them getting the cards is going to be annoying, but I also don't want to use my treasure up. But I feel like we may not have a choice. Yeah, okay. Put this in tapped. Let's go for it. We do get to stick a point in there, so that's something. Mostly because the opponent could have got a lot of value here depending on which way they wanted to go. Also, meat hooking here is actually still relevant. Oh, they would have got a lot of cards here. Look at that. That would have been something. Yeah, I feel like with the amount of sweepers and things black can bring to the table, the best thing we're going to be able to do, I think, is set up some type of Stimulus Package sort of situation. And we have none of those things in hand right now, so... Doesn't really matter. Like I said, we are eventually going to have to run a Jetmare out there, I'm sure. But if we can wait a turn, let's try to wait a turn. No attacks. Though we could have and given them a 3-3 there, which is somewhat relevant if we think they're going to sweep the board. However, they're not playing like they want to sweep the board, so maybe that's not their game plan here. Yeah, we'll just take it. Tis fine. Ah, we do nothing else here. That sucks. Well, all we can do is give this a +1, I think, is our only real play. And then no attacks. I mean, obviously you have at least one removal card in hand, right? Nope, it's just a bunch of zombie stuff. No kill card for Jetmare. Though, you know what we need now, really? If we could get the rabble rousing, then we can get enough creatures to where we could just keep chump blocking and not care. That would actually be pretty sweet. I don't see that happening, though, unfortunately. Alright, we'll block one of these and we'll take some damage. If you kill our dude, you kill our dude. Nope, they're going to sack it and draw. Fair enough. Okay, we're only at 10 here. Not in the best situation. Also, now if they sweep the board, they end up with a whole pile of dudes, so we're pretty bad off here. Even just a meat hook is bad for us. Oh my gosh. We actually have drawn just the Innkeeper since our opener. Yeah, that's pretty bad. We're dead. GG's, opponent. GG's. Ah, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, we could play a Jetmare just to trade and turn this into a bigger creature, but that seems bad. So yeah. We're just waiting to die. Cool. We're dead.
Envy the strong.
Okay. This is kind of the weakest 7 cards we might be able to produce, but I'm going to keep it anyway, because, you know, for science. But we need to draw some dudes here for real. Ginny Fae would be pretty sweet, right? Well, if we just drew that off the top, that'd be awesome. I mean, seems like wishful thinking and all, but maybe. Please. I mean, this Galagreeters is dead, right? Like, and we have no creature, so this was an awful hand to keep. All right, that almost kind of sort of does something for us. I think we have to do this. Make treasure. Pass. They're probably going to play Rafine here, which sucks. And then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana next turn. So we kind of have to choose Rabble Rousing or Stadium. I think we just Rousing. Not that that does much for us with nothing out there, but, you know, it's something. All right, there's a Rafine. No surprise. We're not blocking. All right. You know the best thing for us would be to just draw an Apparition. And that was not an Apparition. Though, you know, thinking about it here, this is not the worst thing we could have drawn. By any stretch. Mostly because we can... Wedding Announcement would result in us getting another creature. And then that would open up the ability to Rabble Rousing for some stuff next turn. We also have access to Eiganjo, which could be very powerful next turn. So yeah, the problem is we use our treasure up and our land if we do that. Ugh. So, yeah, this is a little weird. I think we have to do this, but when we get our creature, just get a treasure. The only way we can ensure we get to do something with Rabble Rousing, basically. Because we're going to have to use the Eiganjo. And we can't even target Rafine, so we have to target the Aspirant. So if the opponent puts the +1 on the aspirant, that's actually the worst case scenario for us. But I would think, oh, okay, that's fine. If that goes away, that's cool. That's not really the card we were concerned about. I was going to say, I assume you put it on Rafine because we can't block that. All right, let's go ahead, do this, target this. All right. Well, we drew a land anyway, so all that was for not. All that planning wasn't even relevant, as it turns out. Okay. So let's go ahead and get our rabble rousing on. Ooh, I guess we have to get Apparition. As much as I want Stimulus Package, actually, I think that's what we got to do here. Let's get Treasure. One of these a +1/+1, obviously. We're going to get all the triggers. So now do you wish to trade? Nope, they don't want to trade. Interesting. All right, so this is good news. It means they don't have a sweeper. Because if they did, they would have went ahead and just blocked, traded, give us our 3/3 and get rid of everything. At least I would think so. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense to block like that. Now, they can just Vanishing Verse and get rid of the rabble rousing. Or hit it with Void Rend or whatever. So, I mean, if they have it, they have it. Okay, Brutal Cathar, I'm assuming gets rid of the Gala Greeters. Sure. Alright, sounds good. Come on, Jetmir. It's your time to shine. Let's go. Let's go, Jetmir. Let's go. Chariot ain't a bad backup plan, I suppose. Do this. Then we just don't have to blow up as much treasure. And I say we just attack. I mean, use this, get rid of Rafine, and then just pay the 1. I'm just thinking if, yeah, might as well. Yeah, let's just pay the treasure. I was debating what I wanted to do with it, but... All right, and whatever gets through puts counters on the Stadium now. So now Stadium does become lethal next turn, potentially. And we're just going to attack with all the 1/1s here. So now, unless they wipe the board, we actually have Jetmir as an out. We've got possible Stadium as a win. We've got a lot of things going our way right now. Brutal Cathar, sure. Let you get a 4/4 back. Sounds good. Yep, that's the best thing you can get. Now, if we get another Apparition, though, things get hot. Because then we get an Apparition to steal their Cathar. Then we can get an Apparition back, which can steal another Cathar, which would be also great. Oh, well, we did. Look at that. Just right off the top. Just wishful thinking came through. Then we get that one back, which also can get this. Yep, that's going to do it. Ah! Okay, this is a different hand than we've gotten so far. I think... Now, with white, they can destroy a Stimulus Package, but... I think that's the play we still go with here. And then just try to throw creatures in front of things with the help of Jennifer the following turn. Actually, okay. Alright, that changes things a little bit. That definitely changes things a little bit. What does the rest of this game look like? Alright, so you can play that to try to draw some cards. Makes sense, no blocks. Good news is we get a 2 for here, which is real nice. By getting rid of that. So let's not mess around. Let's take away the only thing they're doing right now. And then we'll attack. Opponent has another Informant. Sounds good. With more ways to draw cards. Which is mostly fine. This is where we get into decision-making territory. So we have access to 5 mana now. If we Stimulus Package first, we can Jenny Fae and Strixhaven Stadium next turn, make hasty creatures. So that actually seems alright. No negate, awesome. Because that was a concern there. You know what? I think I'm willing to attack. Alright, I guess we're going to save their creature. Sure. That works. That's a thing that happened. Alright. Guess I should have got aggressive. Should have just stayed on defense. Now the opponent's going to have a fistful of cards. And it's all my fault. But that's okay. Yep, makes sense. Now the question is, do we get to resolve any of these cards we're going to try to play? Because that's a real question. Okay, that makes it more likely. We're going to take 7, go to 11. Opponent gets a bonus card. Oh, that's also very good here. All right. The deck is trying, y'all. The deck is trying. So the question now becomes, even if we make this Virginia Fae, do we want to make dogs or do we want to make cats? Because that's a real question. Neither of these flies either. So making dogs is probably correct. So let's do this. See if this works first. All right. They can also Fading Hope our dogs, which is also a real thing. Let's try this. It may not work. It does work. Huh. Okay. We'll just leave it as is then. No attacks. End the turn. This will become a dog, unless you choose to bounce a Jenny Fae, but they didn't. Okay. We're making some things happen. Sure. That is true. That is also true. Turn this into a dog? I mean, I don't know if it becomes a dog. Maybe it just becomes a cat. Doesn't really matter. I guess dog, just we have more power. In case they pump something. Man, I really want to double block right now. You have no idea. Like, I want to double block so bad. All right. We're just going to double block this one. Because this doesn't draw a card or anything. It's just okay. And if they bounce a dog, whatever. Sure. Works for me. Like, just make a dog bigger for next turn? I don't think they understand. You phase a dog, it doesn't make it go away. Phasing doesn't remove the token. It'll just come back during my upkeep. Oh, deck, why? Come on. We need something good here. Why are you doing this to us? Why are you doing us like this, deck? Why? Why? Oh, this is brutal. This is brutal. Okay, we're only at 9 too, so this is gonna get a little sketchy. All right, we ain't attacking. I'm going to turn this into a 3-1, I guess. We are trying to do this the hardest way possible. All right, so they're going to blink that out temporarily. So they'll just come back on our turn? Okay, sure. So you're going to give us a 4/4 Jenny Fae. Keeps us from getting a dog, so that's actually relevant. But we're just going to use one dog to block a 4/4 here. Actually, okay, I guess we'll just double block with tokens then. And if you have more things, you have more things. Because why not? I mean, they're spending a lot of cards to keep things alive here. So, I mean, if they do, they do. Unfortunately, entering the battlefield stuff does not trigger, or else we'd get another life off of this, which would be pretty nice. Oh, deck. Really? Bruh, come on now. You're killing us. You're killing me, Smalls. What are you doing? Alright, so the question here is, do we attack with Jenny Fae? Knowing we're going to make a token. So we have 2 3/1s. I guess not. I guess not. Not yet. Plus, having them turn the Hermit into a flyer right now would not be the best thing. Opponent goes to attack. Just their flyers. Alright. We'll block here. Alright, we go to 4. Or actually, yeah, to 5, because I forgot we gained the 1 from the token coming into play. Alright, so now we have to race Lantern Bears. That is a real problem. Now I'm wondering if I just go ahead and turn this. Nah, not yet. Ugh, I was hoping we get some type of value there. How did that not become a thing? Now our problem here, though, if we attack, they get to turn this into a flyer, and then we go to 3, and then we're risking just dying next turn unless we draw something really good. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I mean, do we attack with Jenny Fae? Make a... Oh, gosh. What do we do? I mean, I guess we don't have a choice. We kind of have to, which sucks, but it's just kind of where we are. We've drawn so much mana. Interesting. They're just blocking with that. I guess it's still the same amount of damage next turn, right? You just double up on one creature. I guess that makes sense. Oh, you're going to make that fly. Smart. I wasn't even thinking about that. That's pretty cool. All right. Well, against our better judgment, all we can do is turn this into a dog. All right. No blocks. Man, we just needed any real things along the way, and we just drew nothing. This is tough. Real tough. I mean, nothing we can do here. I mean, we got to get another stimulus package. We got to get something that exile. We got to get an apparition. You are not good enough. Had we held on to that treasure, we might have had a shot because we could have made more life here. But unfortunately, I think that is it. Yeah, I guess I should have held on. Even then, I would have barely been alive. But would have made a difference. Yep, GG's. Nothing we do here is going to matter. All right, we're going to keep this. Let's rock and roll with it. It's probably not the greatest keep because, again, you know, double Jetmare is just going to be mulligan to 6 effectively. But if we can find something on 3 and then get to resolve a Jetmare, then, like, maybe. But this is off to a bad start. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Let's draw something good, deck. Apparition's probably the best thing we can draw, truthfully. Attack for 1, we won't block. I can promise you that. This is the next best thing. Question is, do we just jet mirror straight up here and then just say, hey, opponent, you got something to deal with it? But I don't think so yet. I think we attack. We'll get 1 life. And they get to make something here, which is probably their hasty thing, so they'll have a 4/4 and a 2 power thing. Oh, nope. It's a 3. So we still take 5. I mean, still a real number we don't like. Oh, you're going to shoot my dudes? Okay. Well, that does really make this future turn not nearly as good. So that's very disappointing. All right. Come on with it. No blocks. Ooh, Chariot. That don't suck. And we'll pass. This gives us a variety of blocking options. If we even want to block is the other thing, because we now have jet mirror possibilities. Well, we definitely want to block, because that Cavalier is on the menu. Let me tell you. So we are going to tap, tap, tap. Block here, block here. Strixhaven Stadium, cute. Is it enough to matter here? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We cannot do that. So that doesn't work for us. If we want a card, we can jet mirror, activate Chariot. Actually, this is kind of interesting because if we 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we want more creatures, actually, that's not a bad play. So let's do that. Let's just tap jet mirror straight up. We'll attack with this. I think we'll get the token instead of getting the card. This also pumps our team. And because we have more bodies, we don't have to tap the Chariot. And then we end the turn. All right. Had I been thinking, I could have attacked with everything with Vigilance, but I think we're still good here. We have way more bodies than the Boros deck can deal with, and we're at 8. And then the next turn, it's possible we could just go off. Yeah, I can say jet mirror's your real concern here. Oh, we love that. If you got to spend all of that to kill a jet mirror, we're cool. Especially knowing we got another one. Ain't even mad about it. We could do double Strixhaven Stadium. That's pretty exciting too. But I think we're just doing this. And again, tapping this. Yep, and everybody's coming. Well, that was a hell of an adventure. That actually worked a bit better than I thought it was going to. And it's kind of weird because I don't know if Strixhaven Stadium was good or not. Like, there was a game where we won because the opponent gave up us realizing they were going to die to the stadium. So I guess it did what it was supposed to. But we were also able to produce just all kinds of damage anyway. So I'm kind of wondering, would it be better if we just played 3 Cabaretti Charm in that place? I don't really know. Or is it even better if we play like one more stimulus package? Possibly. Or do we just want like 2 Strixhaven Stadiums? Or maybe just 1 and we gamble? Like, there's just so many questions. But the deck overall was very good. We played against a variety of things. 2, I think... Now, there was a game I didn't show on camera. I think I just lost because we got flooded or whatever. And then I think another one on there, we lost because we got flooded. So, like, those games, if that's the way we're losing and we're winning a lot of the others, I'm totally good with that. Like, this is actually pretty impressive. But I think I'm still going to toy around with the idea of like, is Strixhaven Stadium the card we want? We may go down to 1 and just keep it as a backup plan and something we can still find with Storm the Festival, possibly. But I don't know. Yeah, either way, if you already have the cards for this or some version of this, because we did build this earlier in the season, consider it. The deck's actually still really good. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Ren and Seri Inseparable. Mostly because this card never got any play in the set it was a promo for, even though like cats were kind of a thing, but the cats sucked, and dogs were kind of a thing, but they were good, but there weren't enough of them. So you really didn't have the right combination of things to build this. However, this card over the last couple of years has increased in value and is at $22. Like, this is a $20 card for a card that saw virtually no standard play. And the cool part about it is actually it's slowly becoming a fan favorite among the Commander community. So there you go. So yeah, if you're thinking about, hey, what am I going to do with this? This isn't worth anything. Turns out it actually is worth more than you think. Now, don't forget, if you want the deck list, you can get it down in the description below. Like always, you can come by our streams and be part of the shenanigans, or you can just come to the Discord if you want to get help. Also, don't forget to join the channel. And if you like this deck, I have some other Cabaretti NAYA stuff right over here you should probably check out, because you'll enjoy that too. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.